The naive believe everything they hear, but the prudent carefully examine their own steps. Proverbs 14:15, Solomon. Have you ever felt that despite trying to live with kindness and integrity, you often end up frustrated, hurt, or even taken advantage of by others? Maybe you've been told since you were a child that being good is enough for everything to work out. But the reality, as you've likely noticed, is quite different. In this video, I want to give a special warning to you who seek to live by Christian principles in an increasingly challenging world. Christian kindness is not weakness. Being good does not mean giving up wisdom, discernment, or emotional intelligence. Jesus Christ, our greatest example of kindness, clearly showed that it's possible to be both kind and firm at the same time. He welcomed the humble, but he did not hesitate to confront injustices and call out falsehoods. Inspired by Solomon's teachings, we'll see that true kindness, far from being passive or naive, is active, conscious, and wise. You'll learn how to recognize when your kindness is being abused, how to protect yourself emotionally from the pitfalls of naivety, and how to use spiritual intelligence to deal with difficult people and complex situations. This is an invitation for you to dive into a deep reflection, combining the timeless wisdom of Scripture with insights from contemporary psychology and philosophy. Because being good is fundamental, but being good with wisdom can completely transform your life. Shall we begin? Kindness without strategy is naivety. Solomon, in his extraordinary wisdom, made it clear that kindness should never walk alone, unaccompanied by caution. Imagine your life as a garden. You nurture, water, and cultivate beautiful, fragrant flowers. That's your kindness. But without vigilance, weeds quickly grow, taking over and robbing the fertile soil you worked so hard to cultivate. Ill-intentioned people, like those invasive weeds, know how to take advantage of naive kindness, hiding their true intentions. Being good without strategy isn't a virtue. It's like giving free rein to your heart, leaving you vulnerable to manipulation and disappointment. Solomon warns, the naive believe anything they hear, but the prudent watch their steps. So tend to your inner garden with wisdom. Learn to recognize who deserves your finest fragrance, and when necessary, don't hesitate to put up strong fences to protect what's most precious, your heart and integrity. The importance of perception. It's not enough to be strong, you must appear strong. Solomon also taught us something valuable that many forget today. The good name is more desirable than great riches. Perhaps you've noticed less capable people rising to high positions, while those who are truly good and dedicated remain hidden in the shadows. This happens because the world reacts not just to who you are, but to what it believes you to be. Solomon clearly understood this reality. You may be honest, dedicated, and deeply kind, but if you allow your kindness to be seen as weakness, you'll inevitably be treated that way. Being a Christian doesn't mean passively accepting disrespect or silent humiliations. Jesus was kind, but never weak. His authority was so evident that even those who despised him respected his strength. So value your image with wisdom and prudence. Because the world treats you not according to your kindness, but according to the strength you show you have. Silence as a tool for wisdom and power. Understanding the importance of your image, as we saw earlier, also means mastering something rare and precious that Solomon taught us, the power of strategic silence. In Proverbs 17:28, Solomon states, "Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is deemed intelligent." Many people talk too much, revealing information that could protect them and leaving themselves vulnerable to manipulation. Have you noticed that those who earn the most respect are usually the ones who know exactly when to speak? Even Jesus used silence as a strength, remaining calm before his accusers and causing them to lose all emotional control. When you speak less, you create a certain mystery around you, making people pay attention to every word you say. Always remember, those who master silence control the environment around them. Learn the Solomonic art of speaking little, listening a lot, and revealing only what's necessary. Emotional control, true mastery. It is precisely in mastering silence that an essential skill begins for anyone seeking real strength. Emotional control. Solomon warned that the one who masters his emotions is superior even to the bravest warrior, stating, "Better to be patient than powerful, better to control oneself than to capture a city." Think about it. How many times have you lost control, reacted on impulse, and felt like someone else was taking charge of you in that moment? Jesus clearly demonstrated this principle by staying calm in the face of provocation and temptation, teaching us that true power isn't found in aggression, but in the ability not to be emotionally shaken by anything or anyone. Being a Christian isn't about being a hostage to your own feelings. It's about, as Solomon teaches, becoming a master of your emotions, ensuring that no one but you defines how you react to life. Scarcity increases value. Emotional control naturally leads us to another powerful principle: knowing how to balance your presence. Solomon offers us this direct and wise advice in Proverbs 25:17. Don't frequently set foot in your neighbor's house, or they'll grow tired of you and hate you. This often overlooked verse carries a deep psychological truth. What is too constant tends to be undervalued. We live in an era where everyone wants to be visible all the time, in social media, in conversations, in social circles. But those who are always available end up being seen as ordinary, easily accessible, and therefore little valued. Even Jesus, on several occasions, withdrew from the crowd to pray, reflect, and return with even greater authority. Wisdom lies in knowing when to show up and when to step back. Because what is scarce draws more attention, and what is valuable isn't given away all the time. The unpredictable is respected. When you learn to control your emotions and value your presence, you begin to develop something Solomon mastered with finesse: unpredictability. He understood that people tend to disregard what they know too well, but respect what they can't predict. In Ecclesiastes 11:5, he declares, "Just as you don't know the way the wind blows, so you can't understand the work of God." In other words, mystery holds power. Being predictable makes you easy to manipulate. Those who know exactly how you'll react, what you'll say, and when you'll give in, also know how to control you. Even Jesus, though the embodiment of truth, was not predictable. He surprised with his responses, his silences, and his actions, leaving the Pharisees and authorities perplexed. The wisdom here is in not being an open book. Preserve parts of yourself, change your rhythms, and confound when necessary, because what can't be predicted can't be controlled. Strategic patience outweighs impulsiveness. Unpredictability, when guided by wisdom, leads us to a quiet yet powerful virtue: strategic patience. Solomon wrote, "There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." This phrase goes beyond spiritual comfort. It's a tactical manual for life. We live in a world that glorifies haste. People rush into decisions, words, and reactions, only to later reap the rewards of anxiety. But Solomon shows us that a truly wise person waits for the right moment to act. Jesus made this clear as well. He didn't rush for the spotlight or respond to every provocation. Many times, he simply observed in silence until the perfect moment to speak up arrived. Strategic patience isn't about passivity, it's about active vigilance. It means understanding that moving too soon can be just as disastrous as not acting at all. The wise know that winning isn't about speed, but precision. True kindness protects. It doesn't weaken. When we combine patience, unpredictability, emotional control, and strategic perception, we uncover the essence of genuine kindness, the kind that comes from God and was taught by Solomon. Contrary to what many believe, Christian kindness isn't about passivity or allowing yourself to be hurt in the name of acceptance. Solomon states in Proverbs 4:23, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." This verse shows that kindness must have boundaries. Being good doesn't mean giving in without a filter or accepting everything in the name of peace. True kindness is mature, steadfast, and knows how to say no when necessary. Jesus healed, forgave, and loved, but he also withdrew, took a stand, and confronted when justice demanded it. So protecting your essence is an act of faith. Being good is a calling, but being good with wisdom is a gift. And that's something Solomon understood millennia ago. Thank you for watching.